Hello, and welcome back to Ending Superman's Life, episode number 238. As always, I am Engineer John. Today on the show, we have our regular hosts, Mr. Nefario and Supreme Leader, as well as our newest regular, Jeff. And we've also got a very special guest that not even the hosts know about. It's a very special episode, and we think you're really going to enjoy it. Remember to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, or wherever you find us, including Spotify and YouTube. And please leave a review. It really helps us out. If you want to get in touch, search Ending Superman's Life on Facebook, and you could like our page there. We are at Ending Superman on Twitter, Ending Superman's Life on Instagram, and you can email us directly at endingsupermanslife@gmail.com. Also, Jeff is at PartyTimeJeff68 on Twitter and PartyTimeJeff67 on Instagram. Now please enjoy episode 238 of Ending Superman's Life. And as always, fuck you, Superman.
Gentlemen, we've gathered for a singular purpose. With the combined efforts of myself, Supreme Leader,
Mr. Nefario,
and
Jeffrey,
we shall endeavor to kill Superman. Citizens of Metropolis, rejoice.
oh, hey, actually, I was wondering, no,
This is the rant.
yeah, I was actually hoping I could take a turn at that this week. I've actually prepared a little something that,
oh, interesting.
Do
do you mind?
No, I
don't want to step on your toes, but
it's sort of my thing that I
We've
do.
never
but
had it done that way before, but
No, I don't
I
want to.
just think it would really get me into the
Sure,
sort of,
I don't want to stifle your if you feel the hatred for Superman like we do, then by all means take it away,
yeah,
Jeff.
okay, thanks, okay, here we go.
This is gonna be good.
I'm very interested to see what we get here.
Okay. Superman. If you were to wait, actually, could we cut the music because that's actually a little distracting.
Sure, no problem, Jeff.
Thanks. And actually, could you two actually just sort of face each other, just not look at me while I do it? It's making me a little nervous.
I guess so.
Whatever you need. Okay.
Okay.
We'll
Thanks.
get through the growing pains here. It's all right.
Okay. Superman. If you spell it different, like take the letters and rearrange it, it spells a new sperm. If you spell new with a U instead of an EW. And I think that's appropriate because that's all you're worth, a new sperm, which I'm making millions of every day. So fuck you, man. All right, you've made it extremely clear that you suck, and I needed something to do. And sure, I could have written a screenplay or begun restoring boats or started doing charity, but no. I decided the way I'd get off my couch and start making an impact in this world was murdering you. And that's a charity in a way, I think. Because you suck, bro. Seriously, you suck. When I was in high school, I thought my teachers sucked, but you suck so much more than them. You're, I wish you died a long while ago, but since you didn't, you're going to die soon.
And that.
Is that it?
Oh,
Yeah, that's it.
Oh. All right. Well. Take that, Superman. I guess.
Thanks for letting me do that.
No. That was great. Thank
Okay.
you, Jeff. That kind of lost my momentum here. Okay, all in all, fuck you, Superman is sort of the
There we
the
go.
vibe there.
Back on track. There we go.
Very good. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, Very
So
good, Jeff.
now we're here live, broadcasting from the pocket dimension outside of time and space. Let's do a recap, gentlemen. What have we been up to? Did you kill Superman?
So
is
actually-
typically the
Do you think we need to do this? This dude you kill because I think we'd have heard by now.
Well, Jeff, you're not wrong, but it is part of the podcast. It's been a part since the very
Okay.
beginning.
tradition.
No,
really
good
to
point.
go.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Also, it gives us an avenue to talk about, the goings-on of our lives in the last weeks.
It's a valid point. We could phrase it differently, I guess, but that's sort of it's just sort of a way to
like
catch
we
up.
could do
It's a
like
bit in
Rosebud
theme,
Thorn
really.
maybe instead. Rosebud Thorn. You ever hear that? Or did you say one good thing that's a rose, one bad thing that's a thorn, one bud's like one thing you're excited. No, this is fine. This is good. Actually, I like that because that takes a long time. So let's
Right.
go to. Did you
Is-
kill Superman?
I mean, okay, you're right. Typically, the answer is no, right? Why would we even be?
I think
Sure.
We're
Historically,
batting 100, right? 1,000.
we've not killed him, but
Yeah.
we ask that as a way to sort of get the conversation
Okay.
moving.
No,
I hear
you're right.
I hear where you're coming
I'm
from.
sorry. I
is what I'm
gotta.
saying.
The rant. I see how you get so energized because I feel energetic.
Sure,
And like
yeah, no,
I
it's-
started.
Well, that's
I
very good, Jeff.
Sort of overstepping my bounds.
That's
so.
a very good thing to feel.
No,
I'm
and
sorry.
you're a co-host just like we are, so your opinions are valid and appreciated. But let's keep it moving here. So Mr. Nefario, did you kill Superman?
Well, I'll tell you what, I did not kill Superman, but only because I was attending to a personal matter.
Oh,
And,
Oh no.
just had to
everything
accomplish
okay
a
with
personal
with
goal.
your wife, or is that?
We
don't
had we had some more litigation this week, talking to the
geez.
mediators, litigators.
So is that what you were tending to, or?
Well, that was actually a different part of my week. I did, however, get to accomplish, I think, a very satisfying personal goal I've been after for a while now.
Oh, well, that's always fun. Sure,
Yeah.
Okay.
it's a good feeling.
That's great, man.
I assume the goal wasn't killing Superman because that's sort of your
No.
ultimate goal.
I'll tell you what, every minute that I was accomplishing that, the thought of maybe the next thing I'll do will be killing Superman.
Sure, that feeling will be enhanced
I-
100-fold.
It'll just be that much sweeter.
As somebody new to like goal setting and accomplishing that, I'm really proud of you, man. Congrats. That's
Yeah,
great.
that's-
Oh, thanks so much. I really
That's
appreciate
excellent.
that.
Positive
Jeff.
affirmation is really important.
Yeah.
Well, I also, unfortunately, did not kill Superman. I did make an effort. I was not here last week because I was trying to put some things in motion. I don't know if you... So, you may have heard on the
Yeah,
news...
you were gone last week because
Yeah.
you were trying to kill Superman.
Well, right. So I had genetically engineered this giant kryptonite-breathing Gila monster.
You did it.
Oh, that was actually a real thing.
Yeah, no,
I
I
know
wasn't.
you had been talking about
Well,
doing that for a while.
Yeah, it was in the back. I had this like, wouldn't that be cool? And then I just finally said, you know what, I'm gonna do it because I can't stop thinking about it.
You're not going
Really-
to do it till you take the time.
Really excited about this idea,
Oh,
and
we're all accomplishing goals.
well, I don't see. Here's the thing: I don't know if you know about Gila monsters, but they're ectotherms, cold-blooded.
It's true. They are cold-blooded.
And
Yeah.
even though it had been hot lately, but it was like unseasonably cold last week, and
It's a bit of a cold snap. That's true.
Yeah.
so
and
when
spring, that's it'll do it to you.
Yeah.
right when I sprang my plan into action, and I had the whole, I was on top of the rooftop, ready with my speech to Superman, and then Gilly, as I was calling him, just fell asleep, just took a nap right there in Metropolis Park.
Oh.
And so then there I am like a fool, just prodding him, trying to get him to go attack the city and wreak havoc, so that Superman would come and do
Right.
battle with it. And he, really cold. Like even
Oh.
I brought a sweater, which I should have thought. Obviously, it's going to be too cold. But so yeah, Superman showed up with like the Atom, I guess. I think that's what his name is. Some ninny from his little stupid club he's part of. And they shrank him down, so now he's just a normal-sized Gila monster that breathes kryptonite. He still breathes kryptonite.
Well, that could still do some
Yeah,
damage.
that's not a bad
But
start.
they put him in the Metropolis Zoo on display. And
Oh.
honestly, I sort of half-assed the genetic makeup, and so in a couple of days' time, he's just going to be a bowl of, primordial soup.
Oh.
I mean, a much smaller bowl than he would have been had they not shrank him. So really, they did me a favor there. But all in all, a bit of a disappointment. Did not kill Superman.
Well, you get him next time.
Yeah, no, that's why we do this, right? We're not going to quit trying to kill him.
No,
so
certainly
that's-
not.
Well,
That
I
was me. How was your week? Jeff?
I-
Did you kill Superman?
I didn't, and I was mostly sort of adjusting to a new roommate that I have, AJ.
Yeah, let us know how
Yeah,
that's
Mr.
going.
Nafario, you met him,
sure
and
did.
actually, I guess
AJ.
I should
Really
thank
lovely
you
guy. Really lovely.
for sort of introducing him to me, Supreme Leader. I guess making him for me. Oh, I'm
AJ?
sorry, AJ. Jeff. Jeff. We called him Abomination Jeff.
Oh,
you didn't
HJ,
listen to last year
hostage-
because you were
hostage
missing.
Jeff. Yes,
Hostage Jeff turned Abomination by
I guess
your
he
hands.
is sort of, and that's an apt way to describe.
And then we-
his
It was the
current-
best way we could find to describe it.
So we called him AJ.
Yeah.
So he's my roommate, and he's honestly.
he really moved in with you.
Well, yeah, that's what your note said,
I
was
did-
that he was for me. And
I assumed that we would just kill it if I those were the two options, right? Was you could be responsible for him, or we would just
yeah, and I did not
kind of
want.
shut it down.
I did not want him.
He's just,
I
he
did not
seemed
want
like
another death.
He was a handful for me. I can't imagine.
Well, he is. He
apartment.
pisses on my furniture. He chews on my shoes.
That's the coyote in him. Yeah.
I'm not that like I'm getting very lucky, but I'm nervous for bringing a girl back.
Oh yeah, no. He'll
Fair
probably
enough.
eat her
Yeah.
face or something.
Oh yeah.
He seems to be miserable in like total
he wasn't.
pain all the time. He tries to kill himself like almost every
He
hour.
wasn't a super upbeat guy when I
He didn't
was
have a
done
ton
with
going
him.
for him after that.
I'm gonna be honest. I was just sort of throwing science at the wall.
He's a
and
literal
seeing what would
Frankenstein's monster.
stick. Yeah, no. He's got, I think, a good 20% of his body comes from a corpse.
Well, his own corpse.
Yeah.
He
No,
was
well,
a corpse.
Well, no.
But other
Actually, I didn't
corpses.
have enough genetic material because he started off as a clone, and I didn't have enough genetic
Oh.
material. So then I used some.
You didn't have enough genetic. There was genetic material literally all over the studio.
Was it a hinky scan?
Well, yeah, there was, but I had 37 come in here with a cold laser and wipe everything down,
Oh,
and then
alright.
also Mad Hyena ate a good amount of the carcass.
Yeah, he was passing that for the better part of this
And
last
so
week.
I was able to clone some of him,
Slow
and then
digestive system.
I had to use some convict corpses, and then some cyborg parts and some coyote, some.
There's a lot of
There's
octopus.
octopus.
In
There's a
him.
lot of-
Yeah,
it
he's
was
got
a whole-
tentacles for arms.
There's a lot go, but I did
He's-
because you were so upset about him dying. I thought that might be a nice way to apologize to Troy. It was an olive branch. I might have taken it a bit too far.
He is miserable. He hates existence. He's confident there is no God. That no
Well,
God
he's-
would have let something
I mean,
like
yeah,
him exist.
That's. Sure.
Yeah.
And so, but he is, however, like very encouraging to me. He's the one who said, "Hey, maybe you should try to take a little bit more initiative with the podcast. Maybe you should try the rant." And so he and I sort of sat down at my laptop together and started cranking that out. And I felt really proud of it. He
Well-
tried to kill himself immediately afterwards, but I don't really take offense to that anymore because he's just honestly just in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that has anything to do
Well,
with you.
No, he is an affront to any god you might
Mm-hmm.
worship, and he's
He's
sort of
certainly
an
an affront to
unholy
me, and I'm
terror.
worshipped by a lot of different cultures as a god.
And watching him
The fourth
eat, or
dimension.
I guess he doesn't
Oh, yeah,
really. He doesn't have a stomach anymore, but he still puts food in his.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
face and-
Cookie Monster sort of
Yeah, it's
situation where he just sort
bizarre.
of crunches on it and it falls away. But he.
But I'm glad it worked out. It sounds like
Yeah, I mean it's okay now. He doesn't pay rent, but he also doesn't sort of take up a ton of space.
right.
He just sort of crawls underneath the sink and just sort of, I guess you could call it sleep. He just sort of doesn't move a bunch
probably
under there.
just sort of plugs into the AC and. Well, anyways, maybe we'll have him back on the show. It's hard to look at him, but
It's really
because
disturbing.
he's just so.
You get used to it.
Well,
He actually fits in pretty well with the decor of my apartment.
Interesting.
we'll have to bring him back. Okay, so we're all caught up.
That's what we did this week. Unfortunately,
Accomplishing
none of us
goals.
killed Superman.
No one killed Superman.
Um,
That fucker.
so I guess let's move on to listener mail.
Yep, mail time.
Let's see. Today we've got an
What
email.
have we got?
We've got an email from mtorrance at
Shit.
palmertechnologies.com.
Are you serious? M. Torrance? Guys, I was confident because I didn't see any news
Well,
stories about a Michael or a Miguel Torrance or
course you
anything
didn't.
that you guys had finally, were done
Well, no.
with killing,
We are
trying going after
definitely.
him.
Well,
I mean,
okay.
And
I-
now
I
an
never-
that
email
never
from-
started.
I never conceded that we were trying to kill Michael Torrance. First of all, second,
We agreed that we wouldn't, to your face.
Yes,
we
over and
promised
over again,
you.
which is why I was offended every week when a Michael Torrance happened to be
well, this
either
is,
murdered or attempted murder
This is M.
in an
Torrance.
extravagant way.
So,
there's 1,000 names that start with M.
I can think of
It's
like
not a Michael Torrance.
I can think of at least 7 like right now.
All right, I'm pretty sure it's a Michael
Murphy
Torrance.
could be Murphy
I think
Torrance.
it's Murphy Torrance. Okay,
Could be Mancy.
it would be I'd be very surprised if a Mancy Torrance.
Mephistopheles Torrance.
I'd be even more surprised.
Mephistopheles Torrance
All
could
right.
be.
Okay, let's hear the email from Michael Torrance, which I'm confident it is.
Be Mogo.
So this M. Torrance says in their email titled Concerned Citizen, Dear Ending Superman's Life, First of all, I am not the Michael Torrance you're looking for. See?
There you go.
Okay. I mean, no, none of us are looking for a Michael Torrance. Okay. Look at me, right? Right? None of us. Let's all say that on air. None of us are looking for a Michael Torrance.
No,
Wouldn't dream of it.
definitely not looking for Michael Torrance.
Okay, good.
Pretty sure don't need to look for him anymore.
Okay.
He continues, I live in the Omaha suburbs. I am 53 and have been married for 18 years. I would like to call to your attention that earlier this week, at a very late hour, my neighbor Fred Ripberger was letting his dog out in his backyard. His yard proceeded to open up as if an earthquake were summoned, and he proceeded to be caught on fire as his dog was ripped in half.
What?
What happened next, I could only guess as the pool water began steaming, presumably from a source of immense heat.
Oh my God.
The police found some of his and his dog's remains the following morning among the ruins of his smoldering home. I was directed to this podcast by my nephew Jason, who said that I should contact you to clear up what could be a case of mistaken identity. Best of luck in finding your man,
Oh,
and I'd like to send a message to Jeff. Best of luck on your journey. You're a very courageous young man.
oh, thank you, Michael.
Sincerely,
I mean,
a very fortunate wrong address.
so you didn't say if his name was Michael or not.
No,
Okay, I'm just going to assume his
Well-
name is Michael. And also,
There you go. We had nothing to do with that.
There's
Some
nothing to do with
Torrance
what?
Said, I guess his neighbor had a run of bad luck, and his
neighbor
neighbor
was
was named what?
Fred Ripberger.
Okay, so
Our condolences to the Ripbergers, of course.
Wait,
I don't know what this email even has to do with our podcast.
No, I
honestly.
don't either.
wait. Okay. Oh, okay. I know. I see what's going on. You tried to destroy another Michael Torrance, and you fucked it up. You went to his neighbor instead,
No, I
didn't
don't
you?
think that's what happened.
Didn't you?
No.
You must. Oh my God. So, first of all, Michael Torrance, what are you doing? Okay, the Michael Torrance who just emailed us in, because you just told him exactly where you live. All right, and you know, I guess you said that you're not the one they're looking for. That doesn't matter to these people. All right,
Matters
they're
a
just
little
going
bit.
they're just going to go after any Michael Torrance they can find.
Look,
We're definitely.
sounds like someone's having some bad luck. Spontaneous combustion or something. There was an earthquake.
That's not
Did you say
even my
his dog
thing.
was eaten?
Yeah, the dog. It seemed the remains. There were not all of the dog. There were remains. So some of the dog was not eaten.
Jeff, you know me pretty well by now. Do
Yeah.
I leave remains?
That's a good point. Have you ever known
All
him
right.
to eat a dog and leave
No,
anything
that's.
behind?
I guess that's true, but that you could have planted that. You could have specifically said that.
Or
all
he
right.
got
Also,
stolen
would I
by-
would I be able to get the address wrong? You've seen the GPS inside the drill.
It's pretty accurate.
All right. I guess that's true. You've picked me up correctly every time. But I don't know what the reception's like underneath the ground in Omaha.
They don't have the best Wi-Fi.
Well,
So, all right, listen, you know what?
M. Torrance.
I'm just going to say it one last time, all right? And I hope that it sticks. Stop going after Michael Torrance's. My ex-girlfriend isn't even dating him anymore, okay? The dude, as far as I know, dude probably sucks. He's probably just like killed himself out of grief anyways, all right? So good job. Your job's been done for you, okay? Are you happy?
Yeah, I mean,
have
honestly,
nothing to
we've
be
got
happy
nothing
about.
to do
Yeah,
with
nothing
Michael
to do with
Torrance.
All right.
He's some,
But we're satisfied with that. You're satisfied.
I
Good.
guess it's just become popular on the show for people to send us tweets and emails about random Michael Torrance deaths that have to do with earthquakes and ocelots and what have you,
Our very
cannons.
popular podcast.
It's a current event.
We
and
get
so
all
we're just
sorts of
just
stuff.
being topical. Let's move on.
Moving on to our tweets of the week. So this week's first tweet comes from angst_E_fanboy. He writes, "You brought back Jeff. Any chance you could bring back?" Oh, I think he means Abomination Jeff. AJ is what we're
AJ,
calling
yeah.
him now.
Just AJ.
Any chance you could bring back #Red Angst, #RIP?
No, not
No.
really. Here's the thing about that. So, Red Angst, first of all, he was thrown into the sun. So there's not really anything for us
There's
to.
nothing really left
You need a
to
piece of him
use.
to reanimate, right? It would. That wouldn't be reanimation. That would just be animation.
Unfortunately, most of the skin and hair that he would have left behind in the studio Unit 37 would clean up.
Right. Also, I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but he was sort of a dick, and I
Whoa.
really hated. No, I mean we're supervillains. He was a colleague, and I respect him, but a bit of a
Definitely
dick.
mutual respect.
Yeah,
You recorded
and,
like more than 300 episodes of a podcast with him.
Well, 233.
yeah.
200, yeah, sorry.
But you have people you work with. And I didn't hate the guy. I hate Superman. But I'm just saying, I wasn't incredibly motivated to bring him back if I could. Also, I hated wearing the lead suit in the studio. It was very uncomfortable, and I was very muffled.
Can we also maybe just put a blanket moratorium about bringing back any of the dead? From what I've seen from AJ, I really, he is.
Well, that was really not
This is
my
a
best
fate.
word,
It's a fate
but-
far worse than death.
I'm going to be. I
We
half-assed.
were mostly just, obviously Supreme Leader was just trying to throw you
Yeah.
a bone.
You know what? Actually, from what I've seen, can I get you guys to promise me that you'll never reanimate me? And I know that I'm a fool for even asking you guys to promise anything because of this whole Michael Torrance fiasco, but this has been just
Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
supervillains were.
living with
Yeah.
AJ.
Sure, yeah, no,
Yeah,
we
why
won't.
not? Yeah.
I mean, I don't
All right, well, for what
Probably
that's
just
worth, but thank
hire a
you.
new guy or whatever.
Anyway.
But
Next tweet. Sorry, Angst E fanboy.
yeah,
Hopefully
go back
he's-
and listen to the other podcast if you missed the guy.
Yeah.
Something I can suggest.
At Hearts on Fire 550 asks, how does Mr. Nefario have a physical relation with his wife? #hot.
It's actually a good question.
That is a good question. And you know what? It's all about communication. It's about effort. It's about letting the other person know that you're there for them, for their needs, and
Sure.
that they can come to you with their problems. It doesn't always have to be you're a fire monster or we met online and you're not even a human. How could we possibly have a marriage? It's not about any of that.
That is not a satisfying answer.
Also, I'm sorry to jump in, and that question was clearly aimed at you, but I'd like to add, if you're out there and you're in a couple, you're in a relationship, don't let Superman get in the way,
Certainly not.
He's going to die at some point, and I know that he's probably out there causing all sorts of fights and miscommunications between lovers, and people are so upset because Superman's the worst. But don't move past it, and
You've gotta
just
get over
just trust that soon the world will be mine, and you'll have other things to worry about.
So, yeah, I mean, I think that we can say without a doubt, Annie and I do have a loving relationship that we are working out. And
And
it's
we can
because
all-
of communication.
Agree that Superman is the worst.
Superman is one of the primary issues with our marriage. Anyway, this is not a topic for today. Our last tweet comes from HellaFella86, and he asks, is Wonder Woman as hot in real life as she is on TV? #VillainCast. Well, I would like to start on this one.
Yeah, here's the thing.
We hate, and we love to hate, all superheroes equally.
Yeah, and let's not be a show where we objectify women or reduce them
There's
to their
no
body
need for
parts.
it.
It's crass,
It's ridiculous.
and it has no place on this show.
Certainly not.
But she's pretty hot though, right?
Oh no,
guys?
no, yeah, she's
It's
great.
absolutely-
She's
Okay,
super hot.
yeah,
right
thank-
now. It's
Because
ridiculous.
I've seen, I haven't ever been had my ass beat by her, but
No,
I
I've-
can't imagine.
I've lost mini fights just because I can't focus on.
Oh,
she's
yeah.
it's stupid
Yeah,
how hot she is.
I bet. Wow.
It's like as somebody who knows, that is hot.
And she's low key thick too, which is
Oh
It's
my
the
God,
truth.
really?
It's the truth.
God, that's that.
if you've ever wondered that about Wonder Woman,
I mean, I'd say it to her face if she had me under the lasso of truth. No doubt.
I've said it. It didn't go well.
No, she
Anyways,
slaps really hard.
but no. Yes. So, is that it? Do it for.
That's it for our listener mail. We thank y'all, and we want you to contact us at all of our social media. And now let's go to an ad before what Engineer John tells me is a special guest that the producer set up for us.
That's right. Right after this ad.
Was your last assassination more of an assassination? Then you've got to get into a Shoot Crate. Shoot Crate delivers the best in weapons and technology for your villainous lifestyle. It's a monthly subscription service that provides unique, one-of-a-kind items to pillage and plunder. For only $20 a month, get a selection of arms and armor that you can't find anywhere else. From tech, gadgets, cursed talisman, and haunted amulets to apparel and other epic gear, it's like Armageddon in a box. And when apocalypse comes, you bet Armageddon a shoot crate. Use our code SUPERDOUCHE with an E to get 10% off your first order today, so that the next time you want to shoot, stab, maim, zap, freeze, shrink, immolate, curse, flail, blast, fry, poison, disembowel, and otherwise eradicate the target of your choice, you can do it in style with unique and one-of-a-kind implements from Shoot Crate.
Shoot Crate is an unofficial affiliate of Intergang and takes no responsibility for actions taken with Shoot Crate items and apparel. Please shoot responsibly. Licensed in all 50 states. VILE compliant. Warning. Items that are radioactive, haunted, cursed, toxic, corrosive, explosive, paradoxical, extra-dimensional, or very cold may cause unintended harm to the user. Shoot Crate is not liable for damaged or incomplete items or unforeseen incursions into local star systems resulting in the subjugation of indigenous life forms. All hail Darkseid.
That's Shoot Crate. Now, back to the show. All right, and we're back. So, John, can you give us a little bit of a clue as to what's going on here?
Oh, yeah, of course. So, I have done some digging, and I think I may have been able to clear up a bit of mistaken identity, and I think that you guys are really going to enjoy talking to this person. So, if you'll please join me in welcoming this individual. Here is the Michael Torrance.
What?
What?
Hello, mate.
What?
Is this?
Hello?
Oh wow, yeah. You can really hear yourself in these things.
Michael Torrance.
Holy shit,
Hey,
it's you.
Michael Torrance.
Oh my god.
Well,
Holy-
we
oh,
meet
wait,
at
wait,
last.
no, buddy, run. You got to get out of here. You got to get these fucks are crazy. They're going to fucking kill you.
I
Torrance.
gotta say, I was listening to you all in the green room. By the way, really glowy. Is that like is that made of kryptonite or something? Like the green glow in the green room?
It's a kryptonite laced paint.
Gotta say, classy, very classy.
That was my
In case-
choice.
In
Well,
case we
we-
ever
no,
have Superman
I
as a
mean-
guest, he would die. But dude, seriously, you got to get out of here. You got to. Oh, first of all, fuck you. First of all, fuck you. Fuck you, you
38.
fucking asshole. Okay.
Lock the door.
Also, get the fuck out of here. You got to get out of here.
I can't
Well,
keep up with you
well,
guys.
well.
You're so funny. I was listening in the green room, and then now
Torrance.
you guys are playing a joke.
It seems
No,
you've
no,
decided
this
to
is
give
no
up
joke. You've got to get the fuck out of
believing
here.
us and walk directly into the lion's den voluntarily.
Guys, let's not have another
That's
another
admirable.
hostage Jeff sort of
Foolish,
thing here, okay?
but admirable. For you see, we are supervillains.
Oh my god.
Are you suicidal?
No.
Actually, it was me. I just kept hearing Michael's name, and so I got in touch with Jeff's mom and asked for his girlfriend's name, and then I got in touch with her, and she was kind enough to put us in touch with Mr. Torrance.
John, you're a nice guy, but I should have been consulted about this.
You're a brave
This
man,
is a
Mr.
this is a
Torrance.
big
You know,
surprise to thrust on me, and
I gotta
I'm
say-
not
I
happy
think
about
it's a
it.
surprise for all of us.
I mean, I'm really, I'm just really happy that
Oh
you
my
had me
God.
here. You know, the greatest thing is
Honest-
that you know the thing that I was trying to get out there.
Are you from
was,
Australia?
I am indeed, mate.
I've seen just the pictures of you from
From my
on
Facebook page.
Instagram. I've seen them on Instagram.
Instagram. So you follow my my clothing line.
Well,
that
it's
I've
more of
always
like a
done.
lack of clothing line. I think you should put a
Yeah,
shirt
no,
on every now
I
and
mean,
again.
You know,
I mean, there's
Supreme Leader,
it's true.
I think that may have been the foundation as to why Michael Torrance's were so randomly getting killed. We never really considered. Somebody never really considered
Whoever was killing Michael Torrance is never considered.
Australia.
So, yeah, that was a
Austra-
funny
Australia.
thing.
So, wait, do you live in Australia, or you live
Oh,
in
no,
Metropolis, or what's?
No, yeah, I live in a metropolis. I moved here when I was probably about 18, and you know, you've been here about 10 years, which is why I've got such a wild accent. But yeah, so I've been in Metropolis for a while, trying to pitch, you know, a lot of my my philanthropy, which is what I've been, which was what actually the producers told me I was here for. So
Yeah. Well, you know, when we looked you up, and you had some interesting things to say on your website about your philanthropic organizations, and we figured, why not give you a little airtime?
I mean, I had
Well,
no idea. that-
I got a lot of reasons why not give him a little airtime. John.
what's Do I know you? Is there?
we can
We
talk
actually-
about this later.
We Michael, we actually we share an ex.
An ex.
Yeah, actually, my most recent ex.
Oh,
My
what
name's
does she look
Jeff.
like?
My name's Jeff. I'm actually keeping all descriptions of her
Your
off of
name's
this
Jeff.
podcast so
Jeff.
that people.
Oh, you know what? I know. I've got a CD of yours.
You've what? You've got a.
No, this is insane. This is proper mad.
How do you know you've got?
So I've got a CD. It says it's like a mixtape. It's like somebody made the CD.
Yeah, CD that I made for her.
And it's got the name Jeff on it, right? And it's got like
Oh, is this "I'll love you forever"?
yes, I love you forever.
You're my soulmate.
Yes, you know. So it is you.
Enjoy
So
these-
this is your CD
Oh my
that you
God.
made for her.
Why do you have it?
For
Well, she asked me to.
Again, we're not saying her name.
She basically asked me to get to burn. Well, mate, she didn't want it anymore. She told me to get
What?
rid of it, and I thought me and my friends would have a little giggle.
Wait, no, she
And so
but
we
she listened
listened.
to it, right? She must have like just listened to it already way through.
I don't know. I mean, I listened to it, and me and my mates, we had some drinks, and it was a good night. It was funny. I mean, you were blubbering.
There was like a lot of
sometimes.
personal tracks on there.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
mate,
music,
it
but then
was-
like a lot
I
of
would-
things that I recorded for only her
Laugh
ears.
it up while you can, Mr. Torrance.
Okay, yeah, actually.
So anyway, I got it in my car. If you want it back, I can
Well,
give
no,
it to
don't-
you.
Well, actually, if you could just give it back to her and
Well,
tell her
the-
to actually listen through it again, I think she'll change
So
her mind
the
and she'll reach out
wormhole
to me.
generator on
We've
the door
locked
is
in.
calibrated, and
So-
you can't. Right now we're in a pocket dimension outside of time and space, and if you go out, it's going to throw that off.
Right.
Because the moment you walked in here, when you leave, you're going to be in the exact same moment.
Actually, there was a guy here a couple weeks ago named Jeff. He did the same thing. He left, and it was an ordeal.
dropped
But,
it.
so it's
Yeah.
actually best that
So
you
I got to
just
be
hang out
careful.
here.
So maybe somebody should escort me out, make sure I end up in the same place at the same time, right?
Well, I can
I don't
calibrate
know
it,
if they're
but
gonna let you
I
out.
don't know if you
Well,
should
it's
make any
amazing,
plans
mate.
about going anywhere
you
for a
can.
while.
How did you learn how to calibrate such things? I mean, you've got to have an insane intellect.
So she didn't even
Well,
listen
that's
to
actually very
well,
true. He
yes.
is one of the smartest guys
I'm-
I've ever met.
I mean,
I
he's
don't-
smart enough to wear that number he's got on right there.
It's
I
a
mean,
very smart number. That's for
proper
sure.
fit. Look at that. I mean, that
Well,
that
it's-
She
goes
fucking-
right into the
she
kind of
fucking-
clothing that I'm into.
She would go
You
after
really-
an
you
Australian
like-
guy too.
You
That's
like this
just-
outfit because it's
oh
not
my
really
God.
for fashion. It's more of a function over fashion sort of.
That makes it that much more. But that makes it that much more like
And don't get this guy started on the force
Amazing.
fields. I mean,
You've got force fields on that.
it's
Yeah,
some
well, I mean,
really
if you-
impressive tech.
it's
You're like
meant to-
what? Some sort of like trust fund kid or some bullshit, right?
it's meant to
No,
protect me
mate.
against projectiles
My dad
and
was
heat
a
vision.
what?
Superman. He's got this thing with. Do you know about Superman? I assume.
Oh yeah,
he's-
yeah.
he's the
yeah.
worst.
No, he's a prick. Yeah.
He's got heat vision and and ice breath and things like that. And so I needed to develop some countermeasures. And so
Wow.
just if he tries, it's heat resistant. And anyways, I got some
amazing.
patents on it.
It's amazing.
I can hook you up if you need.
Oh,
if you ever need like some
100%,
force field
no.
protection.
If I could get your email after that, this would be great.
Yeah.
I'd love to run some things
Well,
by
you
you.
can always follow us on our Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram.
I mean, assuming that you survive this
Oh,
ordeal,
right. Yeah, of course.
then we should totally swap emails. If you like it, if you think it looks cool.
You don't even look scared.
No,
You don't. You don't understand the world of pain you're in, buddy.
I'll be honest.
All
When
right.
I walked
you know
in,
what? And you know what? The more you talk, the more I'm not going to stop him. All right. You know what? Finally, like good maybe.
you okay?
Jesus. No. You know what? No, I'm not okay. All right. I'm not okay
It's getting all worked up.
because I had a great relationship going.
I heard.
All right, with a
I
woman
heard.
that I loved.
Oh no, she spoke very highly of you.
So
You're a
wait,
righteous-
Wait,
so
she
if
did?
if
You're
I
a righteous
understand-
dude.
And you,
She did?
Just to be clear, you are no longer dating his ex.
Yeah, we didn't really see eye to eye. Yeah,
No,
Like,
she
she's
broke up with it. She dumped
how
his
exactly
ass.
did
she
that
dumped his
end?
loser ass.
Yeah, she did.
She dumped his. She
did
kicked your
indeed.
loser ass right to the curb, didn't she?
You know, we decided because we she really inspired me. And she got inspiration from you. So in a way,
Really?
you inspired me because you
That's
inspired
like
her.
the transitive property.
That's
Yeah.
how it works.
You
Yeah.
inspired her,
Yeah.
right, to go off and do something with clothing. She inspired me
How did I do
to
that?
do the same. And then we decided that we should work together, her and I, right? And then that way...
Wait, no, you're thinking of David. That was the guy she dated before me. He told her to get into clothing. She was starting the line while she was dating me. What? Wait, no. When did you start hooking up with
Well,
her?
so it's I don't really know the timeline, but I do know
It was
that,
while she was working on
the last person that she was with
Yeah.
inspired her to not be such a loser.
No,
she
that's
said.
David.
No. She said she didn't want to be a loser like the guy
Oh shit.
she was with, and so
These personal timelines, they can be so
Sounds
tricky.
Kind of
Okay.
muddy.
so she
All
should
right.
be, so she should be
It's not so much an
bigger than
inspiration.
him, and so so anyway, like I was saying, she
Right.
decided to get with me, and well, I mean, I kind of saw her at a party, and that was fine, but
What
we decided
party?
to make this clothing
What
line.
party
together.
did you see her at?
Oh, it was just a random party, mate.
Are you just going to so many parties that you just random party? Okay,
Well, look,
cool.
So
Look
somebody
at
was
this guy.
saying
This guy's missed a party over
somebody
here.
was saying something.
He
I
really
just want
is.
to.
I mean, he's a snappy dresser too. Like,
I feel the energy
I
kind
do
of.
like
John.
his sort of ensemble
this
he's
is-
got going.
Thank you,
you fucking
mate. Thank you.
So tell us about your.
shut up, John.
I would actually,
sure.
I would actually like to know a little bit more about you guys. I mean, you're such interesting looking gentlemen. I mean, you've got like fire coming out of your head. Like, I mean, it's
that's true. Yeah,
He's a
they
fire
do
demon from the
fire.
fourth dimension. Okay, just get over it.
amazing.
Well, Jeff, it's
I'm
maybe a little bit
fourth
rude to
dimension.
just flippantly call it a fire demon.
Jeff, I don't know what you're upset about, but fourth dimension.
You
where I
don't
come
know what
from,
I'm upset about.
Where I come from, fourth dimension is. I mean, I live in one. I didn't even know there was another.
You live in one
You're from the
dimension?
fourth
Is that what you
dimension?
think? God, you're such a fucking idiot. You live in one
There's
dimension.
an infinite amount of realities.
Infinite amount of.
It's true. Yeah.
multiverse.
And you're from the fourth one.
Oh yeah, the fourth one relative to this reality.
How'd you end
Alright.
up coming here?
All right, Mr. Nefair, you don't have to suck this guy's dick, okay? It's like
Well,
my
Jeff,
fucking
I'm
ex-girlfriend.
having a conversation now, aren't I?
No, hold on,
Right,
Jeff.
both of you
he's-
guys are kind of
he's-
getting a little cozy to him, all right?
He's a surprise. He's a guest on the show. We're just giving the people what
I
they
figure
want.
if it maybe it might be his last time on the podcast.
It very well
All right.
could be his last time on the
We
podcast.
might as well
I mean,
give
it
him
better
a
be,
chance.
no matter what happens to him, which
And I do appreciate this time on the podcast.
it will be his last
We
time on the
appreciate
podcast.
that. You
Really.
appreciate
So are
You hear
you-
that?
We do.
John, this will be the last time.
So are
Michael
you a
Torrance
big?
is
Are you
allowed
a
on this
fan?
Sure,
have,
no
you, have you
problem.
listened
No
to the
problem, Jeff.
podcast before?
Not gonna lie, didn't know what a podcast was. Right?
Oh,
then
didn't know what a podcast was.
I
Yeah,
get-
you're just a dumb idiot. You fucking asshole.
Well,
okay.
Jeff, I'd like to hear him out.
Lots
I'd
of
like to hear what
hostility.
brought him.
All right, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go take a walk. All right, why don't you go talk to him? All right, because I'm
Okay,
fucking.
well, I'm gonna have to.
Well, Jeff,
press-
we-
cool up. I'm gonna cool the fuck up. All right. Jesus Christ.
Okay, well now
All
I'm
right,
gonna
well-
calibrate the. You go. Excuse me.
You open up the wormhole generator.
Yeah, no, I'm doing it. Hold. Jeez, Louise.
I'm sorry about this, Michael. I really do apologize.
What?
He's in a real state right now. Oh, but no real clue about what it's about. But while we're here, I'd love to hear about your organization.
Right,
and,
right. That's
give
why.
you the time that our producers
Right,
have
right.
allotted.
And I just want to say, like I didn't know what a podcast was. Producers called me. I showed up, sitting in that green room, amazing, just beautiful green room, right? And then heard the podcast, so good. I mean, learning
we really
so many
appreciate
things.
it. We
Well,
really
thank
thank you
you.
for that one.
I
we're
mean,
just a couple of guys trying to kill Superman
So, just a
mean,
couple of
so
simple
that
dudes.
I can take over the world.
I'm all about goals, and I don't care about killing people. I mean, I'm a human, clearly, and so I probably couldn't do something like that. But I appreciate you going after what you want, and if something's in your way,
Obstacles, sure, like
right,
Superman.
like Superman, exactly. I could relate to that. You know what I mean? Because I don't like letting things get in my way. If I saw, like hypothetical, if I'm at a party and I see a cute girl and she's got a man, like a mate, he's my Superman,
Sure,
And-
he's sort of
That's
like the
understandable.
obstacle in
right,
your
he's
path.
the obstacle. So I'm going to
Sure.
do,
Bedding this young lady.
and I've done this before, you know what I mean? Like, you see the guy and you squirt a little Visine and then, diarrhea town. Fuck off, mate. Fuck off, Superman. Let me take over
Well,
this
like-
woman's pussy.
I like that. Well,
That's a,
so we
I
should
mean,
we could use something like that. We squirt. I don't know where Superman gets his beverages, but
I mean, like
also
a
don't know.
poison.
Sure, no, you're right. An abstract version is we can
Sure.
poison.
Exactly.
There we
He's-
go.
So I appreciate that.
Sure.
Well done, mate. I mean,
Right.
don't let anything get in your way.
That's is that a dap? Is that what fist bump?
I think they call it a pound.
We
That's what the
throw a little
kids-
pound, you know, like the bros do.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to do that.
No, you don't want to fist bump Mr. Nefario because
I don't even see me.
he's-
Anybody
With
want
my
to
glove on, it would be a very severe burn.
yeah, it's made of fourth dimensional fire. So
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound very nice
it's
up
a,
there.
it's a hot handshake.
It's a pretty hot handshake, that's for sure.
It's a pretty intense.
All right, are we all done?
Have we cooled down a
All
little
over
bit,
each other's
Jeff?
faces.
Have we cooled down just a little bit?
All right, yeah, fine.
Did you? Oh, you let Mad Hyena in too. He wasn't.
No, he didn't. Oh, fuck that. God,
I forgot he was here. Down, Mad Hyena.
Jesus, mate.
it's just a stupid
Yeah,
dog.
he's no.
And just so you know,
He's
that's the
been
dog.
having some indigestion issues this week.
That's the dog that tore apart the last human who was a guest here. So,
Oh, well, must have been a righteous
luck.
pussy then, right? He's just a cute mutt. Look at you.
No,
Look
he's-
at him.
He's
He's
oh,
cute.
It's weird. He never likes anybody. That's so weird that he's like.
I used to
friendly.
have a hyena as a pet, and he reminds me of him.
You
used
had
to
a
have a
you had a
hyena
pet
as a-
hyena.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
insane.
I certainly did.
So he sort of maybe can smell that on you or something. I don't know.
Maybe. But you know what?
Interesting.
You just got to look him in the eye and just say, listen, I see you.
It's all a dominance
Well,
game,
he's not
isn't it?
even all hyena. He's part man.
Contact.
What? Oh, he wants to. Mad Hyena wants to tell us a joke. All right. Well.
That's a what?
Okay. Sure.
Right, yeah,
Right.
Gross.
That's a good one.
Right.
Okay.
It took you a while to get there, but that was good.
I don't get it.
Yeah, no, they listen to this dog just sort of snarls around. They pretend to
Well,
know what the fuck is going on, and it's
no.
just it's nonsense.
No. Look, what was the last part?
Right. The snowman.
Because the snowman was the wife.
Right. He was,
Exactly.
he was
Yes.
married to this-
It's- It's a good one.
It's pretty good.
What are you talking about?
It's pretty good.
He just throws that,
mate.
he throws that,
Oh,
one,
you killed
that one
me.
around
Are you
sometimes.
serious?
Oh my god!
You're saying you understand what that hell beast was saying?
Oh, Jeff,
That was
I
a
mean,
classic one.
that was. I mean, that's one for the books.
Well,
not
what
gonna
can
lie.
somebody tell me what the joke was?
It's a long one. We don't. I'm not going to repeat the joke twice on the air.
Yeah, to
back
be
back.
there, Jeff. You
We'll
know?
tell-
I
We'll
was
tell-
here. I was literally sitting right here.
We'll tell you after the podcast. So you're doing some philanthropy. You're trying
Right.
to save some
Right.
people.
So, just wanted to tell you about two things. Number one.
Let me guess. You're in the Society to Save Superman's Life. You fucking idiot. Well, guess what? You're on the wrong fucking podcast. You dumb idiot.
Now, Jeff, let
All right,
Michael
you're right.
say his piece.
I gotta say, this angry Jeff bit is a funny part of the podcast. I don't know if I'm breaking character, but he really seems heated. Is he always like that?
no, you're not
No,
usually.
no, not usually. But
Ah, so it's just a bit
something's-
right now.
I
I,
think
like
you're getting
it.
a rise out of him, that's for
Okay.
sure.
All right. All right. All right.
All
I'm just
right.
gonna sit here quietly.
So anyway, wanted to plug a couple things. Number one, Cash for Calves, made by cancer.com. Cash for Calves, made by cancer.com.
Now, you're going to have to break that down for us.
You got it. So you know how you do runs for cancer, right? You do runs for cancer. You do walks
Sure.
for cancer, right?
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
gives you, nice calves, right? You get those
That makes sense.
muscular
yeah.
calves,
Yeah.
kind of like, Supreme Leader over here. Look at those gams.
You charmer, you.
Look at those gams.
Well,
Huge.
I
So
try.
anyway, you get those, right? Because you're walking for cancer, right?
Yeah.
So
I sort of cybernetically augmented them to help me fight Superman. But yes, sure.
you got to give me the number of the place where you got that done, mate.
Laboratory. It's a secret layer. I can't really
So
divulge.
Although if he keeps complimenting you like that,
Well, anything's
I can see
possible.
a weekend plan.
so basically, I used to have cancer, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And
yeah.
and after I beat cancer, I said I'm going to give back, do something for other people, and so boom, decided to do the walk for that. So that was one of my things.
What do you think is going to relapse?
You
That'd be a
know,
bummer, huh?
I don't know, mate. I mean, I hope not. I wouldn't wish it
No,
on
we
my
all
worst
do.
enemy.
I think I speak for everybody when I say we all hope it doesn't relapse.
No, cancer can be very sad, and Mr. Nefario's wife had cancer for a short time.
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
true. And as a cancer on society myself, I can relate.
Yeah, I mean, I cured it. Well, cure is not the right word. I had nanites injected into her bloodstream to eat the cancer. But to be fair, I'd given her the cancer to begin with, so I was just sort of doing Mr. Nefario a solid.
Well, she threatened to leave, and I was very down in the dumps about it. And
So I gave her cancer.
I do appreciate
and then
what you did
Suddenly
there.
she's back in his arms, all crying. And then, anyway, this
That's
isn't
lovely,
about,
mate.
it's
That's
not about
Literally
it.
in her arms, in his arms.
No, because she
No,
either,
She
quite
disintegrated.
I mean,
quite a
he's
number of feet away.
he's burned her a few times.
Sounds like a good friend.
They keep a lot of salves on hand.
It's true. It's true. We have a lot of grafting equipment.
Oh, sure. The amount of skin we've had. Anyways, okay.
Anyway.
So cancer, bad.
I just want to register that this is my least favorite episode of this podcast so far. I'm pretty miserable. And I've witnessed a man die, and I've witnessed a man be reanimated and wish for death. And this is the lowest that I've been.
A lot of crazy stuff happens, Jeff. That's for sure. A lot of crazy
It's
stuff.
a popular show.
Very popular. Anyway, go on, Michael. We interrupted you.
So I've got the cancer walk, and like I said, the producers. This is why they told me I was here. Didn't know about you, Jeff. Sorry about that. Great girl though. She speaks highly of you. You'll get over it. So, stop bullying bullies in Metropolis.
Interesting. Let's hear a little bit more about this.
There's been a lot of bullying, right? You hear all these anti-bullying, you know what I
sure.
mean?
Well, that's actually sort of what Superman does, right? He kind of we're considered the bullies of Metropolis, and he's bullying us.
Exactly. So this actually fits right into what you guys are talking about, right? So
Anti-bully bullying.
anti-bully bullying, you know what I mean? Like this,
That's very interesting.
bullies have a good place in this world, right? You know, like we make people stronger. You know, we show them what they're good at. We show them what they're not good at. Listen, you're not good at
That's a
football.
fair assessment.
You're not good at football. I'll punch you in the face because you picked up a football. Now you can go and you can study and you could be a fucking genius, right?
Now,
That
that's
is how a
something I
lot
did
of-
not consider before.
Without bullies, a lot of the foremost experts in certain fields probably wouldn't have been encouraged to do so.
No,
That's a
no.
good point.
You need a little push along your way.
So
Sometimes
so
a
what we
bully
do-
does that, but an anti-bully, well, then you're back to square one.
Square one, mate, right? So what I'd like to do, I'd like to hook you two up with a bully of your own that you can mentor.
Sponsor.
They have one. His
bully.
name's Superman.
Sponsor a bully, exactly.
You're saying
Exactly.
not their bully, not
Yeah,
somebody
it's,
who bullies
the other,
them.
it's a little complex, Jeff.
Right, right. So we find a bully.
Somebody that you two are supposed to bully.
No. You guys teach them how to be better bullies
There we go.
and how to not lose sight on being a bully.
It's like the Little Villains program where I came up in Chicago.
It's a good
Precisely.
idea. I'm really focused on taking over the world. I don't know that I have time. I'm also backed up on a number
Well,
of
you know, when I was
shows that
doing
I
Little
watch.
Villains, it was only an hour's commitment a week. That's all it took.
Right. Well, and with
Inspiring young minds.
my mastery over space and time, maybe
Even
can
though we
squeeze.
could be around here forever,
Sure.
it's never a bad idea to start a little nefarious club of our own.
It's something to we'll look into it. So it's a good idea. It's neat.
Well, I'm certainly on board with this.
Thanks,
Michael, you've got my vote here.
Excellent.
Not looking
Right.
for votes. He's a charity case. It's like a homeless guy looking for change.
I don't know about looking for change, mate. I mean,
Well, I think he's trying to make change.
All right.
It's true. He's finding the change in all of us.
boom. Let me get another dap right there, right? Let me get another pound.
Am I doing
Yes.
this correctly?
Nice.
All right, are you guys
I like
gonna? So are
that.
you guys gonna murder him?
Well, we never were going to murder anyone named Michael Torrance.
No,
that
no,
was
never
that was
occurred
sort of
to
a
us.
fantasy that you fabricated.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think that was something you really created for
That-
yourself.
Suddenly,
Frankly, I do like the idea of eating his brain while he dreams of terrifying nightmares.
there you go.
But that,
That's
yeah,
really my thing. But he's given me he's doing a lot of things out there that I can get behind.
Okay, that's actually almost word for word what my girlfriend said when she left me.
It's
That's
funny.
interesting. That's
The
a
funny
coincidence.
thing is,
But she
I
said-
did a lot of things.
Your
with-
girlfriend also eats people's brains while they're having nightmares.
No, the other stuff that it was about does a lot of stuff that she could get behind, but then there was also a part about him getting behind her, and it was
I did
hor-
get behind her a lot, mate.
not anymore. So we're both in the same boat now.
Well, you know, like when we started the clothing company, which I also want to plug real quick, Average Peacock Clothing, averagepeacockclothing.com.
We don't
Also
really
on
plug stuff.
Pinterest, also on Instagram, also on Facebook. and also on MySpace.
MySpace. Oh,
Still
okay,
doing
right.
MySpace.
Way to be ahead of the times.
Oh yeah, you got to hit all the slots. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you got to hit all the slots.
So
you know what I
you
mean,
guys,
gentlemen? You know what I mean?
This
Pound
guy.
again? No,
you guys,
pound again?
heard that here first. If you want to be average, go to this bird company or whatever the fuck it is.
So behind our what's behind the name is guys that pick up women, right? And they wear like one piece of clothing that's like peacocking, right? It's like you
Sure,
want to get
yeah.
their attention, right? But you don't want to
Like
be
a funny hat or something.
yeah, like a funny hat, right? So you don't want to be too much, you know. You want to be understated, you know, like my man right here. You know what I mean? Understated, but you get attention and it's functional, you know. So average is to be like we're not like everybody else doing peacocks. We're average peacocks, you know. So we're just a little cooler than everyone else, but we're not too much. We're not trying too hard.
Yeah.
Average peacock dog.
Like a hat that's not that funny, but it's pretty funny.
It's a
Boom.
conversation starter, but it doesn't have to dictate the conversation.
My point exactly. You know, you've got a real ear for this. Have you ever thought about, like, you know, doing something on the side for fun, you know, just for art's sake, you know, like a
Manipulative.
little...
I have tried some art before. The only thing I'm really good at is welding.
So,
And baking.
That's true.
Like-
Thank you, Jeff.
And his
That's very
potato
nice of
salad
you.
is incredible.
think about like some sort of like metal jacket, right? Like a movable metal jacket. You
Oh,
could
that's
pull something
interesting.
off like that, right?
Mr.
Front and
Nefario presents the Full Metal Jacket.
Oh,
So,
I just-
philanthropy jackets, Superman,
Superman.
is really the focus of the show.
Indeed.
He's the worst.
Now, is there a way I can make my jacket line somehow either profitable in my efforts against Superman or
Just made out of kryptonite.
useful in my efforts against Superman?
I don't see why not.
Just make it out of kryptonite.
We
I
could
could
make
do
it
that for you. You don't have to go to.
kryptonite
You don't have to go
line
to what is it like cocksucker.robinhood.com
So,
or whatever.
good
It's
average
just-
Peacock, could you guys hook me up with your
Alright.
suppliers, with your seamstresses?
100%. Well, right now, I'm kind of working with Jeff's ex, and
Oh,
my
you guys
ex.
are still seeing each other.
Yeah, well, you know, my thing
Just
about
on the side?
my
You're
thing about
having
well, my thing
Jeff
about
sex?
my thing about girlfriends is that they're not just dispensable. They're still people, and we didn't want to let business get in the way of the relationship, so we just decided to make it professional, and then quick fuck every once in a while. But besides that, we just stay pretty professional, and so that's kind of how we like to do it, and so yeah, we don't, we're not.
Perhaps
That's a
you should
very modern view.
You should talk to Jerry about maybe becoming a sponsor for the show, and we could plug Average Peacock, or
You know what?
we'll work something out.
That is absolutely
Get his
Now,
ass-
so generous.
John, do you want to, we'll ask our engineer if he wants to maybe have Michael lay down a commercial right now.
Sure.
Yeah, do you have
Yeah, I mean, we're set up for it, Mr. Torrance.
No, we got to make sure his check's clear. We don't know if this is actually a functioning business or not. I mean, he's here
No, that's a
begging
good
for
point.
money.
That is a
Take a
good
look at
point.
this.
Yeah,
do
before
need-
he does.
Take a look at this. Take a look at this website right there.
Whoa, that's a lot of graphics.
That is legitimate. Is that HTML5?
All of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Check that out. You've got virtual you in the jacket, right? Let me take a picture of you real quick. Got it. Hold on. Now look at this.
Oh, that's neat.
Wow.
That is
Now let's
very
put another.
interesting.
Let's put another jacket on you right there.
Well, okay,
Boom.
but see, that doesn't really translate to the podcast. No one else can see how. but
Although
it's
we are
pretty-
always
it's
looking for
pretty cool.
sponsors.
Oh, I'm just no, but Jeff makes a good point. Is our sponsors help pay for the show, so we should wait until the paperwork's been signed. I don't know how it works,
Oh,
but
that's fair. That's
No,
fair.
I'd be more than happy to come back. Another visit would be great.
yeah, no, we've
No,
I
like
think
we
this
said,
is-
this is going to be your last visit. I'm confident, right, John?
well, I mean, it's it could be a group decision too.
It's been a real pleasure meeting you, Mr. Torrance.
I'm afraid we didn't really cover killing Superman as much as I think we'd like to in
That
future
is
episodes. And
right.
we apologize to the fan base for that, but I can promise you from the bottom of my burning heart that next week we will be back on topic.
Oh yeah, no, that's the focus of the show is
Do-
killing Superman.
Actually,
It's
I just
very
got a great
important.
idea. So, yeah,
we-
next week we'll be talking about
Do we have
killing
time
Superman.
for? Do you mind if I ask you a question real quick? Just
you
just
know,
the, just the
please.
two of you, not Jeff. I mean, just people that can kill Superman.
Sure, yeah.
Um,
Okay, all right. I can kill Superman. Okay, I can do anything I set my mind to. All right,
Jeff.
Just a couple months ago, I was just sitting on my couch doing nothing, and now look at me, I'm a podcast star.
Sure,
all right?
you can, mate.
Get your fucking hand off of me, Jesus
no,
Christ!
you do it, mate. You do it. You can.
Now
do
I
it.
want to hear this question from
So,
Michael.
so my question is hypothetically, right? And you could answer one at a time. Let's say you just killed Superman, right?
Oh, it's a wonderful
Right?
vision.
Okay.
It's a
I want to hear.
wonderful vision.
I just want to hear. I just want to hear. How do you feel? What's the first thing you do in the day, and how do you celebrate that day after you kill him? Let's go with you first.
Celebrate by enslaving humanity
It's a good
with
way.
my
That's a good one.
with my robot army. That's probably that's
Great.
step one.
And then how do you feel?
Oh, glorious! I feel like all is right in the world. Everything is as it should be. And then I'd probably have, just have a sandwich, have someone.
And now you feel that right there, right? I want you to hold on to that.
Mm-hmm.
Feels good, right?
Oh, it feels good, isn't it? It feels exquisite.
What, did you just read The Secret?
So this is what's going to happen, right? Now you're just going to keep holding on to that, and I guarantee you'll feel it for real someday.
All right.
Now, how about you, mate?
Well, I'll tell you what. I've thought about this a lot. The moment that I kill Superman, I will burst into flames. I will create, a vortex of flames that will incinerate all the oxygen in the immediate vicinity, hopefully putting most of the world to sleep, so that I can feast on delicious nightmares for presumably decades. But I'll take
The
days.
fear engine, getting that thing going again? Is that what you mean?
Hopefully.
I'll tell you what I'll do.
That's the dream.
Because I absolutely can and will kill Superman. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to place a phone call to a certain common ex-girlfriend that we share. And I'm going to say, hey, guess what Jeff just did? Yeah, that's right. Turn on your TV. It's everywhere. I did that. And then I'm going to go to her, and she's going to say, like, oh, you accomplished something. You actually did that thing that I asked you to do, set a goal and do it. And then she's gonna take me back, and it's going to be gonna be great. We're gonna move back in together, and then that's it. That's
Maybe
that's what we need.
Maybe I could just put in a good word for you.
Fuck you. All right.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
It's getting a
It's getting a little late. I'm due back on the scene. I've got a lot of planning to do for my next attempt to kill Superman. I'm sure you do too.
Oh, absolutely.
Supreme Leader.
Yeah. For my idea, I'm gonna have to actually borrow a couple things from you guys, if you guys don't mind.
I think that'd be fine.
Sure.
Great.
I've got. Anyways, yeah. So thank you so much for being on the show, Michael.
We appreciate it,
Yeah.
Michael.
Thanks,
a
Michael.
pleasure.
This has been a really
And Michael,
pleasure.
I'm going to tell you what. When you first arrived, we were definitely going to kill you, and now I don't really care that much.
You know what? You guys already killed me. I was laughing so hard.
All right. Yeah.
So I just want to say one more time, averagepeacock.com, stop bullying in Metropolis, and Cash for Calves, made by cancer.com. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, I'll calibrate it here. Don't worry. You can exit through the. Thank you again for coming.
Thanks again.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Good luck. Good luck,
Okay.
Jeff.
All right. So now, as per usual at the end of the podcast,
Well, hold on, Jeff. You look really upset.
you do look beside yourself, son.
I'm going to. I've got.
Jeff,
Actually,
I have a surprise for you, Jeff.
I've already had a surprise today from John, and the last time I had a
think-
surprise from
You're
you,
welcome, Jeff.
I gained a roommate that wants to kill himself all the time, which actually I'm kind of thinking about right now because
Well,
of
Jeff,
this.
hold on, because just so you know, before you do anything rash, I gave him cancer.
You just gave.
Oh yeah, no, nanites.
Oh,
He's
I saw him do it. I didn't want to say anything.
honestly,
he's gonna die a horrible
gonna
death.
die a
It's gonna be
horrible
really
death.
slow and painful.
that feels. I feel gross.
It's
now.
old school.
Honestly,
It's
I'd have
really
much
old school.
rather. I'd have much rather.
like no cannons or like acid baths or like
drilling through his pool.
No, just straight up cancer.
Now I feel bad. I
So-
really do feel bad. Now.
No, because it's like ironic because he's got like he's doing a whole thing for cancer research, or I wasn't listening, but now he's gonna die from it. So I mean, not immediately.
I'm probably going to take over his businesses. I really like that Peacock idea.
Yeah, we're gonna hack all the charity accounts and steal all the money and
All right.
So-
well,
We
use it
hope
to.
that would make you feel a little bit better.
I figured.
no,
come
guys,
on.
cancer's a serious thing. Okay. All right. I've had a couple relatives that have gotten cancer, and that's a miserable thing to go through. And
Well,
like, I'd have much rather.
Exactly.
You're really
Guys.
it was not what I was expecting. I thought.
Honest to God, you know when people say I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy? We just met my worst enemy, and I would not have wished that on him. And I'm really.
Well, Jeff, you're
Well,
really taking the piss out of this for us.
I
You know
thought
what?
this would be a kind of a unifying moment here, but
Do me a favor. Will you do me a favor?
what I mean, I feel like I've
Just do
tried
the-
to do you
no.
a few favors.
Do the
and it's just
nanobots
blown
and
up in my
reverse it.
face.
Do the nanobots, reverse it.
Well, he's already left.
Here's what we should do. You know what? I've got
Are we
my
going to
own.
have to find him again? Jesus.
John, you know where he lives.
Yeah. We've
Yeah.
got his address on
Yeah,
file. It's in
uh-huh.
our contact list
So
now.
just reverse the cancer, okay? And let me handle this, okay? I'm going to be a man, all right? I'm going to get over it, all right? Because I'm being a big guy, and I'm going to get over it. And I want him to, you know what? Actually, no. Reverse the cancer, but tell him that was my idea, all right? Let's see how he make him have a debt of gratitude to me, and then I'll see you guys next week, okay?
We'll see what we
let's
can
wrap
do,
this
Jeff.
up.
We'll try.
I got a lot of
guess.
planning to do.
All right. Well,
Let's close it up for this week. Remember to follow us on Twitter. We're at Ending Superman. Our Instagram is Ending Superman's Life, and that's the same as our Facebook. Search for Ending Superman's Life there. You can email us at endingsupermanslife@gmail.
Partytime Jeff 68 on Insta, Partytime Jeff 67 on Twitter.
Jesus, whatever. And let's close it up for good this week. On three, fellas, 1, 2, 3.
Die Superman. What was that? What were we supposed to say?
no, it's death to Superman.
Death to
is
Superman. Fuck. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I got big
We're
plans.
gonna
I
have
got
to chuck this one up to Superman this week. God damn it.
Fuck you, Superman.
Engineer John here again. Remember, today's episode was brought to you by Shoot Crate. Give them a try and let them know we sent you. It'll really help us out. Special thanks to Nick Robinson, Garrett Warner, John Maynard, and David Lawrence. Our music is composed by Daniel Cloak.